Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday race meeting. It's the Christmas Eve race meeting here at the Vaal Racecourse. We trust all has been good. We've had quite a bit of rain. It's rainy season now in the summer, a hot Johannesburg, and the second race on the card is a maiden class field over 1,600 meters. We are recording this on Monday morning. Daryl Marie's with me. An update on Monday morning in terms of the market. Number 5, Great Notion, 2-1 favourite. 6, Instant Attraction, 2-1. They are joint favourites. The 4 to Dock at 7-2. And number 1, City Lights, is priced up at 4-1. You can get 7-1 about the 8, Heats on Fire, and 33-1 bar those. All right, Daryl, let's get bipots on.
Morning, Clyde. Opening leg of the bipot, I've played the safe route. I've gone all of numbers 1, 5, and 6. Now let's start with the current favourite, number 5, Great Notion. I think we can all agree that she had excuses last time out. Striker from a 1 stall gate, he can come out softer, get her to relax in running. And I think she's a huge player over here. She's shown improvements in each and every start to date. So this isn't a strong lineup whatsoever. Winning claims for number 5, Great Notion. Number 1, City Light, she's clearly exposed. There's not much separating herself and number 6, Instant Attraction. However, I've included both of them because City Lights is coming from a yard deadly in form. I've got a preference for number 6, Instant Attraction. I don't believe she stayed the 2,000. So I am expecting her to confirm the form with City Lights. But once again, we have to follow stables in form. So I'm hoping to double up in the opening leg.
Okay, reminder that this is a race, the second race on the card over 1,600 meters is on the classic track. Remember, all the races on the classic track, barring those 2 races, the World Sports Betting Grand Heritage and the Consolation that were postponed, they're on the stand side track. Anyway, that's the latest, the bipot. Thanks, Daryl, for the update. Let's get our bipot on. On to the third race on the card. It's a novice handicap. Make a note of that. Not a novice play, it's a novice handicap. Over 1,600 meters on the classic track. So they're going around the turn in this race. At this point in time, the 11 runners. Remember, we record this on the Monday morning. Favourite number 3, Salute to the Flag at 3-1. 1, Strewn Sky, 33-10. 2, Kudzu is at 7-2. The 7, Greenhouse, is priced up at approximately 5-1. And then you've got the 8, Honourable Member, who's priced up at 8. You can get 9-1 about the 11, Ghana, and 14-1 and better about the balance. All right, let's have a look. That will Salute the Flag, Daryl. That last start, 1 runner, Prince of Green, came out and won. And I must say that I do like the chances of Greenhouse, likely race. I think more to come. What do you think?
Yeah, there is potential with Greenhouse. She's a 3-year-old filly, only having her 4th start to date. Low weight to shoulder. She's taking on open company over here, but if you are going wider in the place accumulator, you can include her. I've just gone with numbers 1 and 3. Now, Clyde, if you recall, at Ocean Murphy's cocktail event, Candice Dawson sat us down and said, boys, I'm expecting a huge run from Salute the Flag. He was any price that day, and he delivered. He just found 1 too good. You touched on the form line, that it has been franked, and he's having his peak run. Trent takes 1.5 off his back, in with serious claims, number 3, Salute the Flag. But I have backed him up in the opening leg of the PA with number 1. I think Johan Janssen van Vuuren's got 2 strong selections here, numbers 1 and 2. But I've got a preference for Strewn Sky. The reason being is I don't think he stays. Now, they brought him back in trip to a mile last time out. They put a set of blinkers on. And although Command Pilot was easing down at the finish, it was a cracking effort on his behalf. He put quite some distance between himself and the 3rd place runner. Didn't pick up a penalty for that effort. Striker from a 1 stall gate, he'll have a lot in his favour. So Strewn Sky winning chance. Number 2, Kudzu, nearly caused a bit of an upset when the gamble was landed last time out with his companion winning, Chestnut Bomber. Lovely efforts, but I believe from 11 stall gates, 2 months off the track, they're going to ride him quiet and hopefully see him run on. So I think Strewn Sky will have a better run in transit. So for that reason, I've gone for numbers 1 and 3 in the opening leg of the place accumulator.
Okay, 1 and 3 in the PA. Let's work out our place accumulators, guys. Remember, you can add on, take out, whatever you can afford. This is our recommendation. On to the World Sports Betting Grand Heritage, race number 4. It's the start of the Pick 6. This race is run on the stand side track. Remember, they spread across the track and they're all up the straight over the 1475. Note that all of numbers 5, 7, 16, 18, and 24 have all been taken out of the race. Daryl, I don't know if anything's changed since the last time we looked at it.
Nothing whatsoever, Clyde. You like to call this race spaghetti. I agree with you. It's just a nightmare. So many horses spread across the track. The pace, I don't know where it's going to be. Horses are going to get, some horses are going to get better runs in transit than the others. And for that reason, it's very hard to distinguish a winner. What I can say is I am expecting a great run from number 15, Richard the First. Priced up in the region of 25-1. He comes into this race carrying 55, drawn towards what I believe will be the right side of the track. Stable's in form, jockey's in form. The horse has never disgraced himself. He's always thereabouts. And at the weights, he's in with a chance of here. So number 15, Richard the First, my each-way play. However, there's so many horses that have cracking preps coming into this race. You got the likes of Captain of the Green. He's done absolutely nothing wrong on the high felt. He just keeps on improving. Richard Furry is on his side, willing to fend off a full field come tomorrow. Let's see. But he must be in with a strong winning chance over here. What else can I say, Clyde? You've got Redicho, you've got the Africa House, Pomodora's Jet, Silver Tudor, Slinky Mapempi. Yeah, Clyde. You want to go into this race with as many as possible. My pick 6 is costly as it is. I would have liked to put the field, but I think I've narrowed it down to 9 runners. The perm is going to cost you 1,890 Rand. If Richard the First runs in the money, we'll show a profit.
Okay, let's hope that's the case. I can tell you on Monday morning that number 12, Captain of the Green, 7-2, 13, Pomodora's Jet, 4-1, 14, Radicho, 11-2. And an 8-1 about 11, Slinky Mapimpi, and 19, the Africa House, 16-1 and better, the balance. That's the betting Monday morning. On to race number 5, the World Sports Betting Heritage Consolation. Note that number 6 is out, as well as number 12, leave you with 10 runners that will run them over the 1475-meter straight. Latest in the betting here, let's have a look and see what the market recommends. Number 5, Confederate, 22-10. 7, Count Victo, 5-2. They bump again. 3 Juries out is 5-1. The 4, Warhawk Bomber, 5-1. And then you can get double figures about the balance. What does come out of that form line, Daryl, from Confederate, etc. Was it always Big Boy and counting Victor? Was it always Big Boy Bruce, who seemed to come out and beat a fairly rated horse from Johan Janssen van Vieren stable?
Yes, Clyde, he got the better of the filly Bequena. But that was over 1,200. I think at this stage, Big Boy Bruce, 1,400. At this stage, Big Boy Bruce is a 1,200-meter horse. But yes, I think both Count Invicto and Confederate are in with huge chances over here. Now, Confederate returned to the track last time out, having his first run as a gelding. He wasn't really fancied by the yard, so one has to believe he's come on for that effort. Count Invicto meets him 3 kilograms better off. Craig Zaki reunites with the son of Royal Mo. Not that Jared Penny did anything wrong last time out, just Craig knows him better in a race. He's in with serious chances over here, but I don't believe the race stops over there. You've got the likes of number 2, Jordan, who's currently in the region of 33-1. He was taken out the big one, the WSB Grand Heritage, for this consolation race. Sean Terry's always rated the son of Silvana, and they're trying him with a set of blinkers this time round. If you're playing trifectas and quartets, please include number 2, Jordan, as the sneaker in the pack. Jury's out, very honest sort. Tried him with blinkers last time out. He ran on all the way to the line. Settled beautifully with him. So yes, Warhawk Bomber, number 4, came into the straight towards the back of the field and made a sweeping run on the outside. He finished all the way. He wasn't stopping towards the end. I like his chances, Clyde. I thought that was a nice run with the blinkers last time out. Then we've got the likes of Don't Cry For Me. Many tried to pull off a gamble when priced up at 20-1 in the anti-post market, but we never saw the best of him. I like the fact that he's back up the straight. And please believe you me, Clyde, he's better than a 95 in my mind. So number 8, I'm going to be leaning towards him as the likely winner. And I've also included number 11, Key News. He does come into this race under sufferance, but I've got a sneaky suspicion that with 52 this time round, they're going to ask him to get going from the jump and allow him to use that stride that he possesses. So another nice roughie to include for your exotics. I'll make this more open than what the betting suggests.
Yeah, okay. So you're looking for Confederate and counted Victor and the like. This is a recommended jackpot play. On to race number 6 now. It's a handicap at the 72. They're going over 2,400 meters. So a long distance of running, and the market on Monday morning got 7 Mover as the 2-1 favorite, 4 Only a Poet 7-2, 1 Ideal Future 9-2, and number 6 Another Universe 6-1. They bet 7-1 and better about the balance. Ideal Future's last start ran 2-2 the rescue, but from that came that was Royal Mazarin. Also for Joe Soma, he of course trains Demover. So interesting to see how he draws this all up, Daryl.
Clyde, because of the cost of my perm, my Pick 6 perm, I opted to banker number 4 here, and that is Only a Poet. Now, he is having his peak run on the half vault. I loved his debut for the New Yard in his penultimate start, over 1,800 on the inside track. Just found one too good for him. And then last time out, yes, he was beaten 6 odd lengths by Silvano Song. But take note, Silvano Song was a runaway winner, winning by just on 4.5 lengths. So he wasn't too far behind the second place runner. He is cherry ripe now, having his 3rd run off the layoff. Take note, he's been stepped up in distance. He won his maiden over 2,400 in the soft, so he acts in the soft. He's rated 70. I believe he could potentially be better than a 70 over this sort of distance. However, Clyde, I am not overly confident. There are other runners that I respect, namely number 5, Romeo's Magic. Have a look at this combination teaming up once again. Brett Warren and Striker Stratum. They go back many years, Clyde, and they had a lot of success. Obviously, Brett Warren doesn't have the numbers nowadays, but it's interesting that Striker's taken the ride on the 7-year-old son of Elusive Fort. In his penultimate start, he was well held by Only a Poet behind Silvano's Song. But I got a suspicion that Striker's going to nurse him and try get him into this race as late as possible, because he is stepping up in trip. So he forms part of the horses I respect. He's my second choice. Another Universe got the better of Santiago's Pride last time out. The form line hasn't really stood up. However, he's unexposed over this distance, and he was finishing his race off nicely last time out. So if you want to go wider, you have to include him. And then the 6-year-old mare, number 7, Demover, is in cracking form currently. The same can be said about number 1, Ideal Future. The 6-year-old mare is in good form. So I don't believe it's a one-horse affair, but due to the cost of my perms, I've opted to banker number 4, Only a Poet. I do, however, believe he is the right horse, and we'll get a run for our money.
Okay, we'll follow Only a Poet with interest. Here are the selections. On to race number 7 now, handicap at the 72. They sprint them over 1,000 meters. Latest in terms of the market here, we've got this horse number 1, Sikale Sakatulu, 5-2 favorite. 5 Samoa, 28-10. 4 In the Ether is trading at 7-2. Number 3 Commander of All is trading at around 4 or 5-1 or thereabouts. And it's 7-1 and better about the balance. What do you make of it, Daryl?
I think the top weight is the horse to beat, Clyde. Take note, last time out when he travelled to Greyville, he fluffed his chances at the start. He got left 4 odd lengths. He was never in contention. Just put a line through that effort. In his penultimate start, he did pick up a penalty. He went from a 73 to a 75. But I was very encouraged with that effort behind Address the Nation. There were a few nice sorts in that race. Namely, Johnny Appleseed, who came out and won very easily in his next start. And he was 4 odd lengths behind Sakala Iskatulo. So if he can reproduce a similar effort when running second behind Address the Nation, I do believe he is the right one in this lineup. Now, on the last start behind Together Again, there are so many other horses in this particular race that are in with chances because of the weight turnaround, namely Samoa, In the Ether, Pacific, Commander of All, Brechart. So if you are looking beyond Sakala Iskatulo, it does become very tricky. Now, if you go back to the run on the 5th of November, when Sakala ran second to Address the Nation, you'll see that In the Ether was 5 odd lengths behind him. However, she is 3 kilograms better off. But I believe on a line through In the Ether, Sakala is the right horse. I just hope he breaks on terms, and I think we will be fighting out the finish. I've just read a comment from the Hollywood Racing's website, Clyde, that the son of William Longsword is doing well at home, and if jumping on terms, he will be a big runner under Pierre Stradom. Now, I do believe that Clinton Binder's yard on the Highveld is coming back to form. He hasn't had a win on the Highveld for quite some time, but he's hit the crossbar with Quagga Blitz, Old Fashioned, and Mariaki Madness at big prices. So I think we can follow this yard on the Highveld. I'm going with number 1, Sakala is the likely winner.
Okay, let's see how Pierre Striker Stradom handles the gate, whether this horse jumps on terms or not. All right, doesn't get any easier because this is a handicap fillies and mares over 1,000 meters at the 76 level. And the market on Monday morning got number 4, My One and Only, with Striker up at 3-1. 5, Take Your Place, 11-2. Number 6, Wait for Green Light, 13-2, together with a 7, Heirloom, 13-2. And number 1, Faithful Nose at 7-1. 8-1, Nera, 8-1, Mika's Bomb, 11-1, and better about the balance. It doesn't look too easy to me, Daryl.
You just said 8-1 Nera. I think she's the value in the race. I watched her last start. The filly she was following, or the mare she was following, she didn't quite pull her through. And the horses on the outside, namely Wait for Green Light, got first run on her. However, she was staying on stoutly. And she does have a weight pull. So I think she can reverse the form with Wait for Green Light. I liked her last effort. In the same race was Beaded Gown. Now, she was beaten for early speed in the early parts of that race. And the fact that she managed to stay on and get beaten just over a length was a cracking effort. Don't ignore her chances. Number 11, Beaded Gown. She's having her peak run and she's done well in the soft conditions. So I think she must go in over here. Then you've got the current favorite, Clyde. A very interesting filly in number 4, My One and Only. Now, when she debuted at Hollywood Bet Scottsville, she was rumored unbeatable because she was working with a Quid Pro Quo, the stable star. And the money came for her. She was right up there and just faded late. Then she was soundly beaten when making her debut on the Highveld. And the last time out, I know it was a work rider event, Clyde, but what's interesting, it was her first start over 1,000 meters. So maybe at this stage of her career, she's best over the minimum trip. 1,000 meters, drawn towards the outside, having her peak run. She's got the most scope for improvement in this lineup. However, the race doesn't stop there, and I do make it very competitive. So what I've done over here, Clyde, is I've taken an exacta box with my pick 6 runners. let's hope one of my roughies can finish in the top 2 and we show a small profit.
All right, thanks for that, Daryl. It's the last double opportunity as well. Races 8 and 9. Ninth race on the card is a handicap 87. They stay over 1,000 meters. Monday morning, number 3, Forever in My Dreams, 5-2. Number 5, Just the Two of Us, 5-2. They joint favourites. Number 6, Lady of Memphis, is at 7-2. 8, Virgin River, 11-2. Latest odds. 6-1 about the 7 Kia car, and 10-1 and better about the balance. Alec Laird stable coming back to form. Daryl, they've been ticking over nicely.
Absolutely, Clyde, and he's got 2 live wires here in number 3, Forever in My Dreams, and number 8, Virgin River. Now, Virgin River's been off the track for quite some time. Let's see how she goes. Unfortunately, there's no comments in the front of the computer form. Her stable companion, Forever in My Dreams, lovely effort last time out when returning from a layoff, a lengthy layoff. She's been backed up just on 3 weeks later. That was in open company. I know the form line wasn't franked with Swing Upon a Star missing the board on Saturday, but that was a competitive lineup. You had the likes of Chocolate Soldier in there, Karangatang, Raven Black. I mean, Raven Black's highly regarded. So, yes, she comes into this race with a chance. A little bit worried about the 1,000 meters, though, Clyde. I'm of the opinion she may be better over 6 furlongs or 1,200, but I respect her chances. Now, Michael, as he's also strong in this event, he's got number 5, Just the Two of Us, and number 7, Kia Kaha. Now, Just the Two of Us, we liked her chances last time out, and she did improve. However, she does race well fresh, this filly. Likely race 4-year-old. If you like her chances, you have to believe that Lady of Memphis is a run over here, but she should confirm the form, Clyde. I mean, she beat her, and she's as much as, what is it? I think 4.5 kilograms better off. But in saying that, I don't believe the apprentice on Lady of Memphis did her any justice. She didn't get quite the assistance that she needs. Now, Craig Zaki jumps aboard her for the first time. So don't be surprised to see her reverse that form, despite the turnaround at the weights. The filly I'm leaning towards is number 7, Kia Kaha. Currently around 6-1. I think she represents some value. Now, I'll be the first to admit that her latest form line is suspect. But take note, Clyde. She was dropped in from the worst draw on that occasion, and she swallowed them up, going through the 400. She had that race sewn up a long way from home. She's only had 2 starts over the 1,000 meters. So at this stage, best over 1,000. She's a draw strike because she comes into this race drawn on the right side, and she's only an 85. I think she can remain unbeaten over the 1,000-meter trip. So I'm going 7 from 6 over here. I've suggested that swinger.
Okay, Kia Cars Monday morning 6-1. There's a recommendation. Don't forget, New Mexico runs in the 10th race. Thanks for watching Waited to Win, everybody. From Betway and the whole team, we wish you all a Merry Christmas.